Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the HONMICON Mini Dehumidifier. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a HONMICON Mini Dehumidifier. Just taking a look at the details that's on the box packaging. And on the sides of the box there are a list of features for this mini dehumidifier with a 1.5 litre water tank capacity. And taking a look at the back of the box packaging, there are specifications for this dehumidifier. And taking a look at the opposite side, there are a list of various applications where this mini dehumidifier can be used. And of course taking a look at the underside of the box. Now let's go ahead and open up the box by pulling out the box tab and flipping up the box flap. And let's continue by lifting out the protective foam packaging and giving you a direct look inside of the HONMICON's box packaging. And let's take the dehumidifier out from its box, and there are some other items in the box, and just checking through to make sure that we've removed everything from its box packaging. So that's all done. Close the box back up. And set it to the side. So I'm going to set it on the right hand side of the tabletop and giving you a look at the HONMICON Mini Dehumidifier along with the contents from the box packaging. Okay, let's start off by first taking a look at this booklet. So there is a mini dehumidifier user manual, and now let's flip it open to see the details contained within it. And let's flip through for your reference purposes. And now we're in another section in a different language. Okay, and just giving you a look at the rest of the user manual. And now we can set that to the side, so setting it on the left hand side of the tabletop. And now taking a look at the HONMICON Mini Dehumidifier, still in its plastic bag packaging, and it's nice to see that it is recyclable. Let's slide the plastic bag packaging off and keep that away from babies, children and animals. And now giving you a look at the HONMICON Mini Dehumidifier as it is straight out of its plastic bag packaging. So giving you a full and clear look before I start handling it. So its approximate measurements are 24 centimeters tall or high, 15 centimeters wide, and 14 centimeters deep. So now giving you a look at the front fascia of the dehumidifier, and I'm just going to place my hand over the top of it to give you some idea of its size and for some perspective as well. Okay, and now taking a much closer in look at the details of this mini dehumidifier. So you can see the front display panel, with various indicators on the bottom row of it, and of course the HONMICON branding as well. And the dehumidifier has an ABS construction or body, and we can see there is a window there, vertical window, to look into the water tank. And looking at the side of the dehumidifier, there's some warm tips or usage information and guidance. And at the back as well, taking a look at the back, we can see there is a power plug socket for a DC plug to power the dehumidifier, and of course we see the water tank as well. So there are a few more bits and bobs that we should unpack or unbox, but nonetheless giving you an overall look as it is straight out of its box packaging. And we can see that there are 4 round silicone feet at the bottom, and of course some further specifications on the sticker below. And giving you a top-down look at the dehumidifier. Okay, so let's turn it with the back facing us. Let's see if we can open up the rear of it, which with its removable water tank. So we're giving you a look right now to the back of the dehumidifier with the water tank removed. So we can see it does have a drip area into the water tank, and once again it is made out of plastic as well, with a slightly smoked greyish blue finish. And let's see if we can remove the lid, and giving you a look directly inside of it. Of course there are some accessories in there along with some packaging material, so let's set the packaging material to the side and giving you a look directly inside. So some further items, and you can see that it is bubble wrapped. Let's remove the inner box packaging from its protective bubble wrap, and now giving you a look at the inner box. Let's go ahead and open it up, and we can see there is a power adapter or power supply. Let's set it down and put the box to the side, and now we can look at the power adapter or power supply. So it does have a UK or British 3-pin plug, and giving you a much closer in look at the details right there. and its overall design. So you can see that it is in white, fully in white, and of course the design of the dehumidifier is in a stunning white. So giving you a look overall at the power adapter with its plug. So right there up close at its details. Okay, and I'm going to undo the cable tie so you have a sense of the length of the power cable. So right there, giving you a look at the length of the power cable for the power adapter or power supply. Okay, and now let's close the water tank back up. So very simple design. You can see that it only goes in one way because one side of it is rounded off and the other side is squared off. So right there is the water tank with its lid fitted to it. And to give you an idea of its size, resting it in my palm, and actually we should put that power supply to the side so it doesn't interfere as we continue looking at the dehumidifier. Okay, so just giving you another look, opening it up, and the inside details, and of course the lid of the water tank. So closing it back up, and let's slide it back inside the dehumidifier. Okay, so nice fit and finish right there, perfectly flushed against its body, and reasonable or reasonably light in weight. There is some heft to it, but not too heavy. And now let's go ahead and plug in the power adapter into the dehumidifier and plugging in the power adapter to a power socket. And let's turn on the switch, and you can see the screen light up with a quick flash of 00. And don't forget, there is some guidance information of its use on the side sticker. So we can turn it on by, of course, pressing on the power button. So let's try and do that. Long press. Maybe not. Okay, maybe short tap. Maybe not. Just making sure everything is properly connected. There we go. With a quick tap of the power button, is showing L2. That is the operating mode or level, and we can see there is a spill auto shut off there, indicating a spillage position right there. So auto shut off for safety when the tank is full, or in that case when it's tilted improperly. Okay, let's tap on the various buttons right there. So just making sure that that power button does respond properly. Let's tap on it again. Maybe not. Okay, let's peel off the protective film at the front, which may be affecting the button response. It's right there, the clear plastic protective film off. Let's try again this time. There we go. Responding as it should now. You can see right there. So don't forget to peel off your or the protective film from the screen if you want to use it without issue. So of course I'll have to hold it down, if not I end up pushing the dehumidifier from its position. So there we go, so off. Let's try another button just to be sure. Okay, let's turn it on again and let's press on the light button. So you can see that the light at the bottom does illuminate the level display window. So just toggling through the various colors, or at least functions for the lighting button. Well, let's press and hold it. And there, it's turned off the screen. Pressing and holding it again. And let's try it again. And now just tapping it. And we can see the L2 is back on. And let's tap on this level button. So you can see that it is slightly fiddly to the touch or response, but with the light button seems to be just fine. As you can see down in the vertical window and the audible beeps, that button is responding quite positively. So just giving you a look at that window and the various colors showing through it. So right now we can see that it is cycling very gently from one color to the next. And of course you can hear the noise of the fan that's operating, so it is blowing air very gently out through the top. Now let's take a look at the back just to see what's what. So right there, the water tank and the LED right above it. And for this vent, I can feel a slight breeze, but a lot gentler than the one from the top. So I assume the one at the bottom here at the back is drawing in air, whereas the one at the top is most definitely blowing air out. Okay, so let's toggle the light again, spending a bit of time with this lighting button. see if we can just toggle the colors more quickly, but not quite. So there is just long pressing will turn off the display, and just quick tapping reactivates it. Let's try the first button on the left. So there is the sleep mode, and you can see the corresponding sleep indicator with the Z's and the crescent moon showing. And it sounds definitely a little quieter. So tapping on it resumes the previous state, L2. And let's tap on the timer button as well. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So there are 2-hour intervals or steps for the auto shut off timer. It also does shut off when the water tank is full. And let's finally press on this drip button, which is the operating level. So we can see 2 levels there. This is L2, which is the higher or highest of the levels, operating at maximum performance. So giving you a listen. And now toggling to the lower level. And of course there is a sleep mode, which disables the LED. But audibly it sounds like it's performing at the same level on L1. So giving you a listen at the various operating modes. Now taking a much closer in look as it operates at the maximum power mode on L2. And we can see the LED cycling through its various colors. And now I'm going to give you a listen up close as I step it down to L1. And back up to L2. And once again we've lost response to the button pressed, so there we go. Alright, now we're going to test it by letting it run for 12 hours, and we're going to check on the water level whether it fills up and auto shuts off before capturing a full tank capacity of 1.5 litres or 1500 milliliters of water. So let's let it run for 12 hours by setting it on the maximum timer setting of 12 hours. Okay, so we're back after 12 hours on the automatic shut-off timer for the HONMICON Dehumidifier. Now let's take a look at the water tank and see how much water, if any, that it's managed to extract from the surroundings of the room. So right there, giving you a look at the water tank. So it's managed to draw out some water from the air in the room. And I'm just going to slot it back into the dehumidifier, and let's turn it back round and turn it on again. If we can do so, just making sure that the water tank is fully inserted. So there we go. So just making sure that it is fully inserted, and there we go. And once again, giving you another look. And it's one thing that we should try out as well, is to see the different modes and turning it off and back on, and see if it resumes at the last or previous mode. Nope, it starts off at L2, which is the high power mode. About L1, turn it off, and turning it back on again. Always starts at L2 or on L2. Okay. And so I think the struggle that we had yesterday with the buttons was perhaps with the water tank not being fully inserted. It does go into a shut off. Because you can see right now it's running, so if we were to pull the water tank out, it will turn off, and we can see that the spill or overflow indicator is on. Maybe that was the case, or maybe it wasn't, but nonetheless the buttons seem to be responding quite nicely. So right there we can turn off the display as well, not forgetting, once again, just pressing and holding on that display or light bulb button. So that's the HONMICON Mini Dehumidifier. Thanks for watching and happy dehumidifying!